What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video we are going to be ranking every Peter Parker suit in Spider-Man 2. I just posted my Spider-Man Miles Morales suit ranking. Um, so yeah, thought it was fitting to go right into recording this one. So yeah, let's get started. Coming in last place, we have the Life Story suit. Now, this suit overall is just ugly in every sense of the word, in my honest opinion. I am not a fan of the big clunky metal boots he's got going on there with the shin guards and everything. I hate how poofy, the whole outfit is. It looks like he's wearing a big poofy jacket. The color schemes here are not very good. They're the color variants, you could say, with the white and the red and the black. I'm just not feeling it. The black, the red, I'm not feeling that either. And the orange is absolutely hideous. I mean, hideous. Um, so yeah, overall, it's just one ugly suit, to be honest. With the space helmet too, I don't like how the spider logo. Although it being a very nice spider logo, I don't like how it's off to the shoulder area. He's got kind of half a utility belt going on here, with some gauntlets and everything. Um, Overall, it's just a not very pleasing suit whatsoever. I do like the big round eyes, though. I'll give it that. Coming up next, we have the Last Hunt suit. Now, this suit is just ugly for almost unexplainable reasons, man. Every part about this suit is just ugly. Obviously, it's trying to replicate the Craven look, um, to no avail. I hate how it's got the fur everywhere. It's kind of got that fur hood that Craven's got. It's got some fur here on the sides and everything. I'm not a big fan of the spider logo. It's just unappealing to me. I hate the color scheme, not only on this suit, but on the rest of them as well. I think they're all ugly, and they're all very similar too. They don't really change all of that much. Um, but yeah, just overall an ugly skin. Next up, we have the black and gold suit from No Way Home. Now, I hated this suit in the movie, and I think I hate it even more in the game. I hate all the little webbing details, or sorry, not webbing details, the wiring details he's got going on here, sticking out of the suit. As you can see, he's got it on the head. They're all sticking out on the arms, and I hate this whole kind of pattern he's got going on. I understand it's like the inside of the Far From Home suit, but I've never been a big fan of this suit. It just looks all messy. If it didn't have all the this wiring and shit hanging out, and it was just straight black with the gold webbing, I would like this suit so much more. I don't know why the Doctor Strange gauntlet is coming off as black. It's like a blackish gold, but I do like the Doctor Strange gauntlet. Um, I don't think the Spider-Man Remaster has the Doctor Strange gauntlet on it, so I'm glad they added it here. But the most disappointing thing of all is that this is the level 60 unlock. Now, if you guys don't know, level 60 is the max level in the main story campaign. Um, and that this is the level 60 unlock. So this is the final suit you will unlock level-wise, which is just absolutely horrible. It's one of the worst suits you could have gave us as a final unlock. Next up on this list, we have the Kumo suit. Now, this suit I know is a artist creation, and they added it into this game. And I apologize to this artist, but man, this is one of the ugliest suits I have ever seen. I hate the whole tattoos he's got going on all over his arms. I can't tell if this suit is cell shaded or not. I think it is. I think it does have a cell shade to it. I hate the googly eyes. I hate the kind of the rope he's got going through his mouth. I don't like this sash thing he's got going on here around the waist. The whole the pants and everything. There is almost nothing good about this suit. I hate the little man bun he's got going on there at the top of his head. Just not an appealing suit to me whatsoever. Um, his color options are a bit better. Specifically, this black and red one is pretty cool, and the black and white one down at the end there is also pretty cool looking as well. But apart from that, man, everything about this design is just bad. Coming up next, we have the Scarlet 3 suit. Now, this one's kind of interesting because it's not necessarily an ugly suit like the four before it had been. It's actually a kind of a cool looking suit. It's just there's a few things about it that I'm not a fan of that are nitpicks. One, I do not like the neck on this, and I know that sounds weird. I just feel like it looks strange that it's not blue. I wish the neck was blue on this and not red. I don't like um, how it looks as in red. It just looks off to me for some reason. Um, I kind of like the thing, I think it would look better if the hood and the neck were just one piece. I love the utility belt he's got going on. Not a huge fan of that spider logo. I don't like the whole diamond look to it and stuff. It's not appealing to me. The back logo is slightly better, but still not great. And I'm not a huge fan of the shape of the eyes. I don't know. There's something about them. They're really triangular, and I'm not a huge fan of triangular eyes on Spider-Man. I kind of like them more rounded. But overall, it's not the ugliest suit in the world. I do love the blue it's got going on here. Wish it was a little bit more blue down by the legs. Coming up next, we have the Black Noir Into the Spider-Verse suit, or Black Noir. Why did I just call him Black Noir? I'm watching too much of The Boys. Just the Noir suit from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Um, I I do like this suit. Don't get me wrong. Um, but I don't know. It's one of those suits where it's just like, do we really need this suit? Because I don't know. I just feel like we didn't really need this suit. I would have much preferred for them to just have brought back the the regular Peter Parker suit from Into the Spider Verse. I really wish they would have brought that back. Um, this is definitely better than the Black Noir. Or I keep calling it Black Noir. Than the Noir suit from Spider-Man Remastered. But it's just one of those suits that it's just like, you know, it's just kind of there. It's not a suit that I particularly like, aside from the cell shaded look to it, um, which isn't bad. When suits are cell shaded, I don't know. I think that just gives them an extra bit of uniqueness to it. Next, we have the Saving Lives suit. Now, a lot of people actually shit on this suit, and I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people say. I kind of like its aesthetic. I love the purple, personally. One thing that does bother me are these little vent holes he's got in the mouth. I wish those weren't there. This suit would definitely be elevated for me if he didn't have that. I love the leather jacket look that he's got going on there. He does look like a motorcyclist. Um, I wish the seam line between the pants and the jacket was less defined. That way, it could look like one full suit and not a jacket and pants. Um, but overall, man, I actually like this suit. I don't think it's bad. I think this is the best style of, the four colorways um, for it. Take a look at the colorways. It's got like this one that's kind of like a White Ranger type look. You got ketchup and mustard there, which is hideous, and then you got this yellow and green, which I'm just not a huge fan of. So next up, we have the Secret Wars Civil War suit. Now there is one reason and one reason only I rank this suit so high. Well, actually, there's two reasons. One, I really like this pink style it's got going on. I don't know why. I don't know. I just really like this pink. I think it's unique, and it's a color we don't see much on Spider-Man. I love the pants. It's just out there and it's different. It's just something different, which I think it's just really cool looking. I'm not a fan of how he's got his sleeves rolled up like that. I love the design on the pants, like I said. I just love the colors on this one. But the main reason I ranked it this high is the fact that this is the only suit in the game that when you deploy your web wings, it's different. It's not the titular web wings. He sprouts like these falcon wings, which is sick. I really wish they would have done this with more suits in the game, but unfortunately they only do it with this suit. This is the only suit in the game that has different web wings, which is disappointing. I really wish they would have done it with some of the caped suits, some of the characters that got capes on them, but unfortunately they didn't. But for that reason, I definitely rank this suit higher. Coming up next, we have the Arachnite suit. Now, Peter and Miles both get a version of this. I think Miles is far superior to Peter's. I am not a huge fan of Peter's all that much. I don't like the color styles. Specifically this one. I don't like the red with the white. I just don't think it works all that well. Um, I like the hood. I kind of like how it's got like two fangs there. Not a fan of these Thor clasps things he's got going on right here that are hold the cape on. I'm not a fan of the whole silver stuff. I know this is accurate to the comics. Not a fan of the spider logo either. It's just way too over designed. It's just too much. And I don't like the way the pants are tucked into the boots like that. It just looks strange. Love the cape. Really wish it would deploy. Like when you got your web wings out, I really wish the cape would kind of do like an Arkham glide. Um, and just spread out, but unfortunately it does not. Which definitely takes some points away. In terms of the color styles, I don't like really any of them. Again, I hate this ketchup and mustard look. The blue is nice, but it's nothing too standout appealing to me, and I don't like the black and the orange. Coming up next, I know this is definitely a hot take. We have the Iron Spider armor. This is the regular Iron Spider armor. This is not the MCU version. And I am just not a huge fan of this outfit. I never really have been. I like it in the middle here, how it kind of looks like the arc reactor. I think that's a cool touch. Um, but I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of this suit. I don't like the gold on it. I don't like how his eyes are gold. I think the spider logo is a little over designed. I do like how it definitely looks like Iron Man. Don't get me wrong, that is an appeal for me. How it's just the gold and the red. I also like how when you deploy the spider arms, they're fully gold like they were in the comics and everything like that. So that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about this suit that I'm just not a huge fan of. I don't know what it is. To be honest with you, this is one of those suits that I have a hard time pinpointing really what it is I don't like about it. Um, I wish it would look a little bit more like Iron Man, and I know it's comic accurate and everything like that. Um, if it added some blue tones, like some blue lights, or at least made them brighter because there is some blue, I would definitely like this suit a whole lot better. Next up on this list, we have the homemade suit from Spider-Man Homecoming. Simply put, I hate the way it looks in this game. I don't like the way Peter's head looks. It looks so weird. It almost looks too small for his body. I like the goggles he's got going on here. They're cool. I hate this spider logo. It's so hideous. It's one of the worst spider logos I've ever seen on any suit. He doesn't have a back spider logo. That always bugged me in the film. He's got the socks on and everything. It's just a really bummy looking suit, like it's supposed to be. I like the web shooters. That they're cool. They're definitely old school looking. He's got the whole hoodie going on. Really wish there was an option to put the hood up. I feel like that's still something they should add in the future to put hoods up on suits, whether it makes them inaccurate to the film or not. But yeah, overall, I'm just not a huge fan of this outfit in its entirety. Next up on this list, we have this stealth suit. Now, essentially, this is a another noir suit. Um, I remember when this suit first, got leaked in the trailers and stuff for Far From Home. Everybody was saying, "Oh, it's the new noir suit for Spider-Man." It's technically that's not what it is. It's more of a Shield undercover suit. Um, but I like to think of it as a Shield or as a noir suit. I like this suit. I kind of like how it gives me some Batman vibes. Because it's all black and things like that. Wish there was a spider logo on it. I know in the movie there wouldn't have been because, again, he was going undercover. The lenses are still kind of a dead giveaway that it's Spider-Man. I like the fingerless gloves. I think those are cool looking. I wish there was an option to kind of flip up the goggles or like the lenses like there was in the film. That would have been a nice touch. Um, you know, or some type of shield logo or something like you got that little circular thing there. If there could have been a shield logo there, that would have been cool. Um, it's not a bad suit by any means. It's just overall, it's just a really plain suit. And I think that's why it's not really one that's too high on my list. There's just not much to it, not much going on there. Coming up next, we have the Spider-Man 2099 suit. Now, I can't express to you how disappointed I was when this game came out and we still had this version of the 2099 suit. I hate this version. It is so ugly. And it's specifically ugly in this game too. I hate just how it looks like it's just stretched on his body, man. And I know he's supposed to be extra ripped because it's 2099, but my God, man, look at I hate the way it looks like it's rubber. They look like fake muscles. You'd see it like Party City, and you can kind of see how the fabric is like stretching, and it's just ugh. And I hate the metallic blue they went with. Ugh. I really wish they would have given us the Across the Spider Verse version of the 2099 suit. I would have loved that so much if that's what the version they would have given us. But no, we're still stuck with this version. It looked bad in Spider-Man PS4, and it looks pretty bad here. Don't get me wrong, I do love the colorways though. This Miles Morales style black and red is sick. I love the black and white, and this version is just awesome because it's a unique color scheme. It's not one you see much for Spider-Man. Next up on this list, we have the Scarlet Spider suit. Now, I know this is a fan favorite. It's not particularly one of my one of my favorites. Um, the colorways are interesting. This version is awful. I hate the black and the yellow with the red hoodie. It just doesn't match whatsoever. This version's decent. I kind of like. Again, it's a more unique color style and color palette. And I do like this version. The swapped colors. But this is the main version of the suit. I like the eyes to a certain extent. They're a little triangular, but they also got that circular element to them. I've never been a fan of how the spider logo is kind of like diagonal. I like the utility belt though, but I guess these are web cartridges, I would assume. Um, this is another thing that's always bothered me. There's no blue going on down. It's just like it's one big red suit with a blue cutoff hoodie. I really wish there was more blue going on down by his legs, in the leg area. Um, but it is what it is. It's again comic accurate. So I think this is one suit that does not need to be in Spider-Man 3 if they make one, or when they make one, I should say. It's just I feel like it's a little overused at this point. Next up, we got the Anti-Ox suit. Now, I wasn't a fan of this suit even in the first game, but it is grown on me in this game for some reason. I don't know what it is. I think it's the lighting in this game where this suit just looks better. It's just a better looking suit in this game. Now, one thing interesting that this suit does is it fully completes the spider logo. Now, what I mean is, if you look at the suit from last game, the advanced suit from the last game, it kind of cuts itself off when it gets down to this area. You see what I mean? And if you go down back to the Anti-Ox suit, it kind of continues and it brings it fully down, which is one thing I never noticed in the first game, which I think is interesting. He's got the Raimi eyes, which I'm not a huge fan of. I never liked the Raimi eyes all that much. Yeah, not a fan of that black and yellow. I love the logo on the back though. Overall, it's not a bad suit. At night, this thing looks pretty killer, I'll admit that. But it's just one suit that did not need to come back in this game. The one colorway I do like is this all-white one. I think this looks sick. At night, this looks so good. The red one is no, and neither. Same with the green one. Both of those are just eh. Next up on this list, we have the classic suit. Now, I'm not a huge fan of classic suit Spider-Man. At least not this version. I prefer my Spider-Man to have a bigger spider logo, one that stretches down more. Obviously, this one's got the smaller logo that's just little teeny tiny on the front. I get it. It's comic book accurate. But obviously, it's classic looking. It's super classic. You don't get any more classic than this suit, which I can appreciate. I do like the lenses on this. It's the classic regular Insomniac Peter lenses, which are okay. I prefer Miles lenses to Peter's, but this one's still fine. I kind of like the black outline he's got going on here. I feel like it gives it an extra bit of depth to the suit. His colorways, this one's bad. I don't like the blue on this one. It almost looks purple. I do really like this one with the black. It looks very comic accurate. Harken back to like the first Spider-Man comic books and stuff like that. And then this one, which is essentially the same thing, except the logo seems to be white, which is interesting. I didn't even know that was a thing until now, to be honest with you. Next up on this list, we have the Sam Raimi suit. Now, this was recently updated, and because of that, I like it so much more now. Um, Color wise, this suit looks 10 times better than it did. They also fixed the webbing. The webbing on this suit used to be so raised and so thick, and it did not look right at all. They finally fixed it. They lowered the webbing. They made it less thick. They made it thinner, and the color is just so much more accurate. And it makes me like the suit so much more. My only complaint with this suit is the eyes. I feel like the eyes are just a slight bit too close together. I wish they would separate them a little bit. And I feel like the silver around them is too thick. It's just so silver that it makes it. It's just like it's just too much. But yeah, the color change on this, oh my god, it makes me like the suit so much better. And I'm not a huge fan of the Raimi suit. I've never really liked the triangular eyes or the gray webbing or the silver webbing. I've never liked it with the silver spider logo. That's why I like the suit better in the first Spider-Man movie because it's got the black logo. But for Spider-Man 2, they changed it to the silver one. Overall, not a bad suit, but the color change really changed my mind on this suit, like a lot. Next up, we have the Spider-Punk suit. Now, I can't believe how much hate this suit has been getting lately just because they introduced that new one in Spider-Verse. I don't know what people are talking about. I still love this version. I'm not a huge fan of the Mohawk, but that's part of the goofiness of it. I love the jean jacket with all the pins and everything, the color of blue that's used, and I love the incorporation of the white. It just looks so clean, especially with the Converse type sneakers he's got going on here. I don't know if those are actually Converse, but they're like Converse. I love the logo on the back. He just looks very hip, if that's the right word. Um, it works for me. And his colorways are pretty cool. I love this black and red one, very kind of Miles Morales style. Love this black. I love the white version. It looks just sick. Wish the jacket wouldn't have been white. Maybe they could have went with just a black jacket or something else. And this version is also so sick. It kind of reminds me of the Superior Spider-Man there. Next up on this list, we have the Iron Spider suit. Now, there's something about this suit that I just do not like anymore, and it's in the eyes, man. The eyes are all wrong on this suit. Don't understand why they didn't just give him the same eyes as he had on the Homecoming suit, the Far From Home suit. Why are they giving him these eyes? These eyes are wrong. They're shaped wrong. I don't know what this curve is here on the top of the lens. It's wrong. I love how they're blue, you know. Um, but I know this suit has been getting so much hate recently. They say it's overused in the MCU, which I disagree with. It was in Infinity War. It spent most of its time in Infinity War. It made. I'm not even counting the end of Homecoming because it was in it for a split second. So it was in most of Infinity War. It was in the very end of Endgame. Um, it was in the very beginning of Far From Home. And then it was in the very beginning of No Way Home. And people were like, it's overused. It wasn't overused. This suit really wasn't in the movies that much. I'd say total screen time for this suit maybe 15 minutes throughout all the movies it's been in, maybe 20. Actually, well, now counting Infinity War, I just thought of this. Maybe it's a half an hour of this suit. Not even a full movie's length of this suit. I personally like this suit. I don't think it translates as well in the game because he kind of has a big head um, in this game. So it just looks a bit strange in the suit. This is definitely the Far From Home version of the suit. If you don't know, the suit does change. In Infinity War, Endgame, and Homecoming, it has a more thinner look to it. It's a more sleek outfit. And as time goes on, they kind of made it bigger and changed it. His head also changed too. This is definitely how it looked in Far From Home, which isn't my preferred version, but it is what it is. Next up, we got the new blue suit. Now, I think this is a very unique outfit. This is very heavily inspired, at least in the lenses department, off of the Homecoming suit. I mean, this looks just like Spider-Man Homecoming. Um, Obviously, this is from the comics. I'm aware of that. My main issues with this suit is, first of all, it has no webbing on it. And I do not like this front logo. I don't like how it's in a circle, and how small it is. I like the back one to a certain extent. This suit really reminds me of that Fantastic Four suit, Baghead it was. But overall, it's a pretty clean suit, and I really like the color. I like one of the color variants, and that's this one. This really looks like a mixture between the Homecoming suit and the classic suit. Not a huge fan of this one, and the white one's okay. But next up on this list, we have the Amazing Suit, or the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit, TASM, whatever you want to call it. I think this suit is cool, but it's definitely not accurate to the movie. This is another one I wish they would have changed. Um, First of all, the lenses are way too big, and they're really, really outlined in blue. Like, I don't know why they did it like that. So the lenses are way too big. The color of red is way too vibrant. The color of blue. Also, the texturing is so off on this suit. The texturing was not like this in the movie. It is way too defined on this suit. The red should be darker. The blue should be darker. And honestly, this suit looked better in the last game. It wasn't even accurate in the last game, but it was darker color in the last game than it is in this game. I still love this suit. It just wish it would be more movie accurate, um, to the actual film. Next up, we have the upgraded classic suit, or the Stark suit, or the Spider-Man Homecoming suit. Now, I've always really liked this suit. I love the back-to-basics approach to it. But my main issue with this suit is the spider logo. I hate how tiny it is. Again, I am a huge supporter of the bigger spider logo. I really like when it extends all the way down the chest. That's kind of my thing. Um, this is the first live-action Spider-Man that gave us expressive eyes, which was cool. Wish the webbing was a little bit more defined, but I like the black lines on it and everything. It's a cool upgrade to a classic look, and I think it works pretty well, to be honest with you. Next up on this list, we have our first black symbiote suit. We have the webbed black suit. Now, my reason for having it this low is because it is not very accurate. This spider logo is off. It should be much wider than it is on this suit. If for some reason it's really thin on this suit, it should be wider. It should spread further across the chest. Same with the back logo. It's kind of even worse on the back. It just doesn't spread far out enough. And this is carrying the same kind of problem with the eyes as well, is that they're just a little too close together, in my opinion. But overall, I do really like this suit. I like the texture on it. It definitely looks pretty much like it did in the film. I think this is one of the suits that everybody was kind of waiting for a really long time. And now we finally got it. So next up on this list, another black suit. We have just black suit, which is the black suit from Spider-Man 2, this game. I definitely do like this design. My only gripe with it is these lines around the mouth, or around the chin area. I am not a huge fan of. It just looks strange from the front, in my opinion. And I don't like how it looks like an armor. It looks more like a Batman suit than it does a symbiote suit. And I know the symbiote can form clothing designs and things like that, but as a symbiote, I like it to be more alien-like and not like an armor, because it's an alien. It ain't an armor. I love how they put the lines on the hands. I think that's a sick touch. I like the spider logo. Personally, I like when the logo goes over the shoulders rather than under the arms. But I still like the way they did it. I just feel like it looks cooler when it goes over the shoulders too. Um, but overall, this is a great looking Spider-Man logo and a great looking suit too. Next, we have the Anti-Venom suit. Now, this suit is very cool in my honest opinion. I love the kind of Todd McFarlane eyes that they gave him, the more triangular looking eyes. And I know I'm not a huge fan of those eyes, but I really like the Todd McFarlane ones. I don't know why. I think the spider logo is okay. Wish it was bigger. I know it's already big, but I kind of wish, because it's a Venom suit, kind of wish it would went over the shoulders a little bit and maybe around down here more. I feel like they could have made a way, to extend it to the legs as well. One thing I am noticing is this is carrying a lot of the same details that the original upgraded suit had from Spider-Man PS4. This whole leg design here was on the original upgraded suit, Spider-Man PS4. Same with the under the arms too, which is interesting. I love how it's got that symbiote look. Wish it was kind of moving like the black suit was, but it's still overall a cool look. Um, just not a big fan of that spider logo, really is all. Next up on the list, we have the hybrid suit or the No Way Home suit. Now, I do like this suit. I just think it's a little over designed in certain areas. I don't think these lines right here are necessary. It just doesn't need to be cut off there. It could be all black. And I hate the way the logo goes around the waist like that as if it's a belt. I feel like it's makes it look like it's two separate pieces. It makes it look like he's wearing a t-shirt and pants. I wish it was just one continuous looking thing. So I don't like it how it wraps around the waist that way. I kind of wish it would have gotten cut off, um, like right there. Um, which would have been nice. Also, in this game, the black isn't as dark as it was in the previous game, but I'll tell you what, the lighting system for the PS5 definitely makes the logo look 10 times better in this game. Next up on this list, we have another No Way Home suit. We have the new red and blue suit. Now, this is the suit he gets at the end of No Way Home. I think this suit looks sick, personally. Obviously, it's a more classic look for um, for Peter, or for the suit, rather. I do dig the logo. Wish it was a little bigger, just a little bigger. Um, Love the blue though. This is a new type of blue. They never really use this blue on a live action Spider-Man. It almost has a green look to it. It's almost turquoise, which is interesting, and I really dig it. I really hope this is the only suit we see in Spider-Man 4. I cross my fingers this is the only suit we see because I think it's actually pretty freaking cool. They kept the expressive lenses, which is sick. The webbing on it is really defined, which is good. And overall, it's a great looking suit. I really dig this suit, and I think it fits well into this game. Next up, we have the original advanced suit from Spider-Man PS4. Now, I remember when this suit was first released, it was the first of its kind because we had never seen a Spider-Man with white on him before like this. On the main suit, and I think it stands out like a sore thumb, and it's amazing. I love the white on this suit. Um, I like how it extends to the hands, and then there's a little bit on the feet. My only issue with this suit is, well, I have two issues. The color is very ugly, in my opinion. I hate this whole brownish red they opted for. It's not very vibrant. It's very unsaturated, in my opinion. I like the blue, but I'm just not a huge fan of that red they got going. And also, I don't like what they like. This is what I was talking about by the leg patch. It's just kind of there. It doesn't look like it's meant to be there. It doesn't connect to anything, which is something that the Advanced 2.0 suit definitely does better, and which we'll get to later, is it gets rid of those leg pieces. But overall, the white, it works so well for this suit. Next up on this list, we have the black suit, the classic black suit. This is a great suit. Obviously, this is most people's favorite suit in the entire game. Not necessarily my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of the logo very much. Again, it's another one that goes under the arms instead of over. Also, I don't like how big this is going to sound wrong, but big the head is. Pause. I love the patches on the hands. That's always cool. The big white eyes is awesome. Love that touch. It's always looked great in the comics, and the color styles for this suit, man, are off the charts. You get the purple looking color, which is great. Then you get the anti-venom look, and then you get the the blue and red light kind of effect that goes all around him, like in the original cartoon, which is sick. Next up, we have the upgraded suit. Now, this suit kicks all sorts of ass. I remember when it first was introduced in Far From Home, and I saw it with the black, and it had the white on the logo. Still don't like this logo. It's too small, but I love the logo on the back, how it's white. It just looks sick to me. I love the black. I've always preferred the red and black over the red and the blue. And this is definitely a situation where I prefer the red and the black. It just makes the suit look so much cooler. This definitely looks more like the No Way Home version rather than the Far From Home version. They are slightly different from each other. There is a video online you can guys go check out that shows the differences. But this suit kicks all sorts of ass. Again, I love the red and the black, which leads me into the next suit, the Superior suit. Now, the Superior suit just takes the red and black to a whole nother level. It embraces the red and black color scheme completely. Um, and it just looks sick. My only complaint about this suit is the webbing. I hate kind of how unorthodox it is. It's everywhere. And I don't like how squinty the eyes are. The eyes are very squinty on this suit, and they're not white. They're just black. Um, but I love how the spider logo bleeds into the rest of the suit, very similar to Miles Morales in terms of the color scheme. Not a huge fan of the whole backpack thing going on, but obviously that's where the spider web legs are. Love the gauntlets, the little red on the feet. This suit is just sick. It's a great looking suit. Love it dearly. Next up, we have the brand new suit. We have the Hellfire Gala 2022 suit for Peter Parker. This suit kicks ass. I remember when we first saw the pictures for this, I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but then seeing it now fully realized as a 3D render is just great. I love the eyes on it. I don't like the two little, I don't know what those are, the dots he's got going on the top of his head there, but I love the eyes on this suit. I love the gigantic spider logo, how it branches from the shoulder all the way to the front and in the back. Love the little hints of purple/blue in there. I love the design he's got going on his hands. This is a beautiful freaking suit. Also, I should have prefaced this at the beginning of the video. I don't have any of the exclusive. I don't have any of the pre-order exclusives or the digital deluxe exclusives. I just have the base suits in the game. Just need to preface that. I'm sure you guys have noticed by now. All right, we are in the top 3 now. We have the symbiote suit. This suit kicks ass, man. This is my favorite black suit of all time. I love this suit. I mean, love it, man. This suit is so sick. I love how corrupted and angry it looks. I love the angry lenses. They look so cool. It's kind of got this foggy look to them. One thing I could complain about, and it's very small, is how it's not very smooth. I kind of like the black suit all smoothed out. It's kind of veiny and it's got the symbiote corrupted everywhere. I prefer the suit just a little bit more smoothed out, but it's fine. It gets rid of the armor look and it actually looks like a symbiote. Love how the logo stretches over the shoulders, goes around to the back. That looks sick. It goes under the arms and over the shoulders, which is perfect in my opinion. Yeah, man, this is just the best black suit. The one thing I really wish it would have carried over was the patches on the hands. It did end up getting rid of those, which is a little bit of a shame, but man, this is by far my favorite black suit of all time. Coming in at number 2, we have the Advanced 2.0 suit. This suit, oh, it kicks ass, man. It is so good. It is such an improvement over the original one. It's such a more vibrant red and blue color scheme. The logo has been simplified. It's now within the red. It's smaller. It's more thin. It's not as wide. They got rid of the stupid leg patches that didn't need to be there. Wish maybe there were some red boots going on here. I feel like it's kind of missing a little bit of red down by the feet area. But man, the white is perfect. The carbon fiber design. I love the whole belt thing that's kind of got going on here. It extends fully to the back. The gauntlets look even better. It's just, it's such a good suit. I hope they make a 3.0 version of this suit in Spider-Man 3. I have a feeling that they won't. But man, I hope they do. They have to keep this logo and the whole white scheme. It is the Insomniac Spider-Man. Without it, it's not the same anymore. My personal favorite style is the red one, or the black one. This sick looking. It is so clean. But coming in at number 1, we have the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit. My favorite Spider-Man suit of all time. It looks fantastic in this game. I have one slight complaint about it, and it's the eyes. The eyes are slightly off. because they go a little bit at an angle right there on the side closest to the ear. Um, Man, it's so hard to notice. This suit is just perfect, man. I love the darker blue with the logo that stretches almost all the way down to his waist. Wish it was a little bit higher up. I know in the actual movie it is that low. Man, this suit is just beautiful. This was the one I free roam in the most. It is just by far my favorite Spider-Man suit of all time. I love it in the movie. I love it just as much in the game. It is just a beautiful, beautiful suit. Whoever designed it for Amazing Spider-Man 2 did a fantastic job. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.